Well, if you have a button that says you can't die, you're not going to die. Huh? This is perfect big
It doesn't
brain
last forever, though.
type of play. It lasts long enough. 5 seconds is forever in League of Legends. But hey, we're talking about forever. Well, we've got an old school evergreen pick coming out here. It is the Zyra for Cloud9. I'm expecting that one for LemonNation.
Let me get some LemonNation nod gifts in the chat, please. That is a worthy first pick. He brought out the notebook. I'm gonna say we better be getting the Ashe Zyra lane then, because that to me is one of the few times where North America really brought something new in terms of strategy to the world stage. The clear examples were the CLG at MSI and the Cloud9 Ashe Zyra lane that Sneaky and LemonNation played. Extremely oppressive, and it's funny that it's actually kind of back in the meta right now and strong right now. Funnily enough as well, Turtle and Sneaky are the 2 players that have the most Ashe plays in all of the LCS still to this day.
TSM are going to take the Ezreal and the Leona into them. And you know, I just noticed, because you said, Kobe, that Cloud9 are taking these bans seriously. Well, they also are memeing. Cloud9, one of the teams that could be the most successful at both, as they banned TSM with Tryndamere, Soraka, Malzahar. And if you look across the board, TSM have banned GRA, which is the first half of the word Graves. And as you can see, they've banned Graves. So their plan is also coming together as the Ashe is locked in for C9. And oh, baby, Zed or Bed, wake the hell up, ladies and gentlemen. The Zed is locked in.
All right, I'm 3 for 3 so far on the Cloud9 comp. If they lock in the Zac and the Rumble with the last 2, which I don't see any reason not to. Oh, wait, the Rumble's already banned. TSM, no! Combo Breaker. Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. Okay. I still maintain that the Tryndamere ban is a very good ban against Dyras right now. Maybe Cloud9 didn't actually even know that, but it is his most played and highest win rate champion right now. So doubles as the TSM joke as well as being tryhard. Vladimir, interesting. You think that's going to Dyras or Voyboy? Because I do remember a decent amount of Dyras Vladimir in the past, but not a lot recently. So I might think that's actually Voyboy.
And who can forget the famous TSM Voyboy Vladimir games where he was able to solo kill Faker 4 times in lane before level 3. I mean, when you think about Voyboy's time on TSM, those highlight games against Faker are really what comes to mind and what he's able to pull off with the early Vladimir that has a 9-second cooldown on Q. But let's see how the bans are going to proceed here as we are into the second half of the draft. Kindred banned away, so they're definitely not spelling anything on TSM. I don't even think... Wait, no! G-R... oh, wait, I was going to try to spell gank because there was Kindred. Oh, no, that's not...
Yeah.
Oh,
I was going to let it go when you're like, oh, their plan is to ban Graves and then also spell the beginning of Graves. I was like, is that really a plan?
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are also just 3 champions that are strong right now. Graves, Aphelios, and then Ball's most played, most iconic champion of Rumble. And there's the Zac. TSM
all right,
just relentless.
they had to do it. They had to keep Meteos away from the iconic Zac pick, the crazy KDA master, as Xinjiao and Diana are also going to be banned out here by Cloud9. Okay, TSM, what are we going to see? I still need a jungler. I still need a solo laner. Oh, Zed versus Yasuo mid? Zed, come on. Lock that in.
I want to see
that
it.
in, boy.
Let's get it. The duel.
Come on, let's go.
On the side of Cloud9, Meteos does have several backup champions, even though Zac is super iconic for him. Meteos has the most Elise plays of all time of any LCS player still to this day as well. And that was the first champion that people really started to note him for in solo queue. There you go, the backup.
The backup.
I know my old players.
Yeah, your boomer knowledge is on point this game. You are Murphin.
Full cooldown reduction Sylas. All right, this is my balls pick. He carries super hard. He rushes 45% 45% cooldown reduction. And people really underestimate how often you can spam him out the W then. I've seen him carry several games as soon as you get that big power spike. He just rushes for the CDR.
And Cloud9 is also going to have a lot of extra bragging rights in this because TSM seems to have taken the draft so seriously, and Cloud9 spelled TSM XD with theirs. I think that if TSM loses this game. There's no way you could ever blame it on draft, because TSM are out here playing this like it's their promos, and Cloud9 are out here like, dude, this is flex queue. Nobody actually cares about your rank in this. Let's go. The Sett is locked in, the final pick of the draft there for TSM, and we'll get to see Dyras take that one up against the Sylas of balls there in the top lane.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for this, actually. Even though they didn't quite get Reggie and Voyboy's in here, the classic TSM mid laner. I'm super excited to see these boomers go back at it, because it really brings me back into relevance as well.
I'm so ready for this, man. As somebody who used to just get to watch this on Twitch with everybody else, and now to be a part of it, I'm very excited to be stepping into the League of Legends time machine, to go back 6 or 7 years here and watch these squads go head to head, especially with so many iconic champions locked in. I actually love how many of these champs are going to be part of that time machine as well. We're not just seeing meta picks. We're not just seeing stuff that everybody would play if they were playing in real LCS right now. This is for fun. This is for glory. This is for the fans. This is what I want out of a show match, man. TSM and Cloud9 coming to deliver.
Now, let's get into analysis of the lineups, because everybody's going to point to the jungle diff. There's some very scary stuff going on here, where TheOddOne has not played League of Legends in a long time. I checked his Twitch channel, and he played yesterday. Was the first time in months that he has played. He did put in some time, some Zac, some Nunu, spreading it out on a couple different champions, but Meteos was just in the LCS, and it's going to be very difficult right now to overcome someone who hasn't played League in that long versus an LCS jungler. So I expect Cloud9 to play very aggressively, help Meteos go for invades, especially since he's Elise and he's going to be ganking a lot.
I mean, that's what the desk was talking about, right? Is when you look at Cloud9, you have the 2 highest ranked players by a pretty significant margin among the 10. And then when you look at the bottom of their roster, you also have some players who are considered a little bit MIA. You, of course, said Balls' rank doesn't look as bad as the scoreboard painted him out to be. But OddOne, having not played in a long time, still sitting there at plat, that could be a little bit sketchy if Meteos decides he's going to pop off today. We've seen him do it on the Elise before. I'm not going to quote the quote, but you all know what it is. You all know that skill shot's ready in 7.
You know what I was hoping for? I was hoping for TheOddOne to pick Nunu, because he has, and you probably even know the quotes.
But that's not the old Nunu though. I think that's why he didn't do it, because it's not the old XD Nunu.
It still functions in the same way. OddOne's super famous for saying the whole point in picking Nunu is to make the other jungler as useless as you are. And if you are the platinum player in a show match that has challengers in it, that is your goal. Your goal is to make the other player in your position as useless as you are.
Make the challenger guy into a platinum guy and just run around in the jungle eating stuff the entire time. See, I feel like if it was old Nunu, that would be perfect, because old Nunu was just that champion that runs in, eats the Wraith from your camp, spams dance at you, and then runs away. But I don't know if Nunu's Nunu is as good at that as the old one is. They kind of wanted to make him more interactive, which I think is a little bit detrimental to TheOddOne's intended play style here.
I like how you thought about it as well, and you just settled on what you said first, and you're like, yep, that's how it's supposed to be.
Trying to make it work.
Yet the new version of Nunu is extremely effective, both as a jungler and as an AP mid laner. So yeah, completely different. But let's go into TSM's comp here, because they've got a bit of a dive comp. Because he went Nocturne instead of the Nunu, compare really well with Dyras and Vladimir. That's all just super dive. Leona starts it out, and Ezreal's the mobile carry. So you better know that Sneaky and LemonNation, while they're playing their iconic Ashe Zyra lane, and should have some priority in lane, and actually should slam that lane, when you get to the team fights, they're going to have to watch their positioning, because those are the low mobility carries that are going to be targeted with this dive.
Yeah, when I'm looking at the team fight potential of these champions on Cloud9, I mean, we've got an Elise, we've got a Zed, we've got an Ashe that could be easily dived on. I'm way more intimidated by the team fight power of the TSM composition with Vlad, with Sett, with Leona being able to engage. I think Cloud9 is going to have to be pretty clean here if they don't want to get rolled over in these big 5v5s.
Well, they've got High back in. famous for his shot calling and split pushing. So I think that Cloud9 should be able to pull off some win lane into a 1-3-1 style split pushing type of a game plan here. Especially since I have full confidence in balls on the Sylas, and you just put
tell me about some of this
side lane.
Tell me about some of this Sylas carry, because from the beginning of Champ Select, you were talking about how balls pops off on the Sylas. We heard from Mark that you were playing flex queue with balls. Is this guy just putting you and the other 3 guys in his backpack, just hard carrying on the Sylas? What's the story here?
Yeah, so we just play a bunch of random flex queue where everybody's trolling around, and balls always has to be the one at one point in the game that decides that we're not losing, no matter how many boneheaded plays have already occurred. And Sylas is a great pick for that, because while the early stages are a little bit rough, he scales incredibly well now. They buffed a lot of his health scaling, a lot of his basic stats scaling. And if you rush cooldown reduction like Balls does, then you get to spam out your W. And that means all the difference in winning a lot of those fights.
So that means that I'm going to specifically watch this game for Cloud9 to do a bunch of troll stuff, and then eventually, what I'm guessing will probably be around the 20-minute mark somewhere, you'll see Sylas just flip a switch and decide, no, we're not allowed to lose this game anymore. We already spelled out TSM XD. We got to make good on it. And I'm going to pay very close attention to when that mental shift happens. And I also want to see if we get any super clever stuff out of High. Because we all remember High being known as just like the guy who played the game for his entire team, like the insane shot calling, the OG brain player. And I want to see that brain at work.
I love watching brains at work. I did get an update here that the delay is due to runes that they are fixing up. So you know, it goes. It's understandable. They haven't played it in a long time. So.
I was gonna say, if OddOne hasn't played in a while, does he even know what the new runes are?
Okay, like I said, I went to his stream. He put in like some time. I think there are like 5 games even recently. So he has played the new rune system. We've got confirmation.
Well, because I was just thinking, you know, if I hadn't played the game in a few years and I load up and be like, oh boy, I can't wait to play Skarner with Strength of the Age. Oh no, that's gone. Okay, well, I can't wait to queue up my second favorite rune, Fervor of Oh wait, no, never mind, that's gone too. Well, at least I have some of my old runes and I can equip my cooldown quintet. Nope, wait, that's not possible either. So there's a lot of adaptations that you would have to make if you haven't been in the game for a while, I think, to kind of get used to where they're at right now, Mr. Kobe.
True. Luckily, I think they're well acquainted with the new systems, and we should be able to get into the game pretty soon. Starting off the bat, though, I'm really hoping for some level 1 invades too, because they definitely have a possibility of trying to pull off a level 1 game plan, and that's the biggest thing in show matches that I have played in. Both teams always want to get an advantage early because they don't have faith in the 5 people playing together who haven't played together in so long. So you try and get one of those little cheesy advantages.
I think that's totally legitimate. You're not practicing with these guys. You're not playing with them all the time. So the YOLO play isn't so much of a YOLO as it is just this is probably our best chance at securing the win.
You got Leona stun on the side of TSM. She can start Q. On the side of Cloud9, of course, they have the Ashe Zyra, super good for long range poke, and maybe Lemon can flash Zyra root or something like that.
Yeah, I mean Zyra's really good. You've got if Elise saves her skill point at level 1, she can shoot the cocoon.
Ooh, don't level cocoon first and try and juggle Elise.
If you think
you definitely have not done some.
I don't play this champion. I play the other Arachnid champion. But I'm just saying, if it can get you 300 gold at the start, do it. Just get your team to leash you.
Okay,
bro.
your team has to. Your team has to then get you to level 2 because you can almost not even get to level 2 if you start E on Elise. Here's the level 1 invade.
All right,
oh, baby, big brains at work.
This is what we're looking for. CC finds it. There comes Balls with the chains, flashing over the wall. High is not going to take no for an answer on this play. Ladies and gentlemen, first blood for Balls.
Flowers, we spent the time laying out the game plan for him there. I think maybe they were listening in during their rune setup. Level 1 invade gets the first blood for Cloud9. Who got the kill? Oh my goodness, it was Balls.
It was Balls.
They're just getting him to the carry. He's scaling already here.
He's so ready to go. He has Corrupting Potion. He has Doran's Ring. But
Counter
TSM,
level 1.
Oh, TSM is lurking in the jungle. Meteos and LemonNation will move over to the red. Nobody's going to walk through the brush that TSM's waiting. See, Meteos started Cocoon.
Yeah.
I told you.
They have to get him the red buff kill then, because it's really hard.
Oh no! The collapse coming in from TSM. Voyboy on the flank. The damage goes through, and LemonNation is going back home in grayscale. As Cloud9, not only do they lose their red buff and end up giving up the kill, Meteos is now stranded. Sneaky saying, all right, buddy, good luck.
He's like,
and Meteos has to do the Krug without look at the repel.
Repel on that Krug, baby.
The most effective level 1 I have ever seen from an Elise. And I know I'm flaming right now, but there's really nothing else he could do. Like, his skill is so useless against this camp.
I mean, it does help when you repel on something, but it's definitely very minimal. I would say, after all that, even though Cloud9 got the first blood, because the kill comes later for TSM and they stunt the jungle clear of Elise so heavily, that actually came out in TSM's favor. So the big brain kind of revenge, justice delivered on Summoner's Rift very quickly for TSM, ended up benefiting them a little bit more. You can tell, OddOne right now already 11 CS on the Nocturne, clearing away. He even counter-jungled some of those Raptors.
And when you look at Meteos as the hold on, Xpecial might just be done for down here. Sneaky elimination, one more auto attack will do it. The Leona is just too far forward and the damage shows up. Sneaky and Lemon want to make it a 2-for-1 deal. There's your CC. WildTurtle flashing away. He will live through that one. Summoner spell not available from Sneaky there to follow up. And that means we've got ourselves a 2-to-1 game here in the favor of Cloud9. Meteos immediately going over to his blue buff to make sure he can clear that one out. You can see he has 7 CS. That means he didn't even kill all of the baby Krugs in the Krug camp. He just wanted enough to get level 2, and then he abandoned it. He was like, I don't care about this anymore. He just wanted to get the blue and make sure that wasn't getting stolen as well.
Yep, here we go. Meteos back at it again, looking towards the classic TSM mid laner, the heart of the team.
Voyboy, the kid needing to get himself away from this one. Oh, the cocoon lands, the damage goes through, and High's got the kill thanks to the electrocute. Meteos and High back at it again.
Honestly, Flowers, this is always how it used to go. It was always Meteos camping Voyboy in those classic Cloud9 TSM matchups, and he just got his number every single time. Voyboy with the early pool there. Meteos holds the cocoon and just nails it under the tower.
Meteos also went from losing his red buff at level 1, having to do a cocoon start on Elise solo, to 2-crabbing his opponent. That, you don't ever want to get 2-crabbed in the jungle, especially if you haven't played League of Legends in 3 years. The general is not off to the most phenomenal start, but at least he's got some good farm. Xpecial getting rooted up way too close to the turret, so he won't be able to do a whole lot, but fortunately Sneaky wasn't really there to follow up with any sort of supplementary damage, and it looks like TSM are going to go ahead get their bottom lane back to base. You can see the gold there in the inventory of WildTurtle should be enough for him to grab that tier and make sure he can start stacking, but man, Cloud9, they're looking good, Kobe.
Now, I need to address something, because we've been memeing about Voyboy on TSM, and I saw all the critics online talk about, why at least get somebody who was on a TSM at some point or is any relation to the team at all. But I will let you know that, in fact, Voyboy has played with every single player on this team except one of them. WildTurtle. He played with my memory. I've got the memory here. Okay, just let me get it out. He played on Curse with Xpecial. Dyras is getting ganked here. Let's wait for this. Curse with Xpecial, then Dyras on the Tyler 1 Championship Series, and then TheOddOne in the Shanghai Masters 2019. Dyras is dead again.
Yeah, Dyras just got, so not the best thing here for TSM as they're trying to find a counter kill onto Balls. Wants to walk himself out of this one. TheOddOne losing about half HP. Meteos not going to find the stun onto Voyboy. Balls wants to go back in, but the empowered transfusion seals the deal. Now Meteos tries to wander into the alcove, but there will be no alcove gaming today. High's trying to find himself the wombo, the combo, the shurikens into the damage, but it's not enough. He has to walk back out of that one. Didn't quite have the burst. Good spell shield from the TheOddOne keeps him alive.
And you can really tell this synergy that Voyboy has with the TheOddOne from their time playing in Shanghai Masters 2019 shows up here.
Yes, the most illustrious of all League of Legends gaming competition, Shanghai Masters 2014.
Yes. Now, let's get right back into this replay. As you know, Dyras Classic getting camped here on TSM. 3 members of Cloud9 go top to try and get the dive off on Dyras. Meteos is Elise, the perfect champion for tower diving, so he can just repel off that tower aggro. Then he does have to flash the TheOddOne's Q as he comes in. And here, the tenacious duo, Voyboy and TheOddOne, working their way through the 2v3. Even with the flash from Balls, Voyboy's able to follow. Phase Rush is procced, giving him the speed to chase him down. And then the ultimate does tag Meteos. Get a little bit of damage there, and they finish it off. High thinks that he's going to kill the general with Spell Shield up. Expert Spell Shield there.
Not happening.
Mr. TheOddOne.
Not happening here. Balls on the Sylas, does have the Hex Tech Revolver ready to go. Now that's not, see, when you said that he rushes cooldown early on, I thought you meant we were going to see full cooldown garage sale.
No. He doesn't go to the garage sale. He focuses on completed items, okay?
Okay.
Proto Belt first.
Okay, so it is full items. We're not going to see like Kindle Gem plus Fiendish Codex plus cooldown boot and all this junk sitting in Grandma's garage.
You need the levels also for Sylas. He's definitely a scaling champion. The part of the changes they did to rebuff Stylist were increases the per level stats and stuff that he does get.
Okay, total gold, you can see on the left side of your screen right there, it's the 2 mid laners leading the charge, and then Sneaky hot on their heels, with Balls being the one right after that. So Cloud9's lead, about 1,000 gold. All that money is on the people you really want it to be on right now. TheOddOne in the bottom side of the map, Kobe. He's got the Paranoia ready to go. Xpecial not quite level 6 here on this Leona. Tries to go in, but he misses the Zenith Blade, and the flash coming out from Sneaky to stay safe, and the counterattack comes through. Xpecial falls, and LemonNation grabs the kill. Meteos wants to land a cocoon, but he will not find the accuracy he's looking for. A botched engage from Xpecial is money in the pocket for Cloud9.
Swing and a miss there for Xpecial. Yep, not level 6, so yeah, trying to go for the flash. He is, you know, he's become a coach nowadays, so not so much on the button presses. Dive, though, Meteos gets one.
They get the other. WildTurtle on the run, trying to escape from Sneaky, but the auto attack's keeping him slowed down. Meteos stepping forward, might just fall to Xpecial. There we go, the damage from the Eclipse, enough to facilitate that one. Sneaky trying to put the auto attacks into the TSM support, but now he finds himself in a 1v2. Lemon says, later, bro. And Voyboy says, not so fast. Zyra will go on a magical...
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
Will this actually manage to execute?
No, the general's on him. No. I like the...
That was ballsy.
All right.
I respect the attempt, but
let's see if Xpecial gets a continued vengeance here, because he came back from dying, got 2 kills, and miss.
Trying to see if maybe he can outplay this one. Nicely done. Look at the fancy feet on this man. Walking away from the CC2. Needs a little bit more time to stay alive. The shutdown for the general, but High making sure he took one with him in the 1v3.
TSM getting some comeback kills here, keeping it close. Getting the kill on High is big. That was 3 for the Zed. They got to put a stop to it. I'm glad that this is not a blowout here so far. Xpecial is still definitely calibrating. But now there's level 6, bigger impact. You saw the ultimate go off there, secure the kill.
You know what I like, Kobe? I like the fact that we got 14 kills in 10 minutes. These guys are bloodthirsty. This is fantastic. This is what I love to see. Sneaky trying to get towards that Blade of the Ruined King here in the bottom side, so then he'll have some slow potential for even more fights. And Meteos wants to take Shelly. Once he secures this one, they'll have about 3 minutes to use it and get some bonus plate money, so there's more of an opportunity to fight for that. And you can see that Cloud Drake just hanging out, taking a nap there in the bottom part of the river. Nobody's even concerned about him so far because he's not a kill. Everybody just wants the money, as I immediately cast
What were you saying?
And Voyboy and OddOne decide to start that up.
As I was saying, Cloud Dragon, #1 TSM priority right now. Nocturne gets to use a spell shield on Cloud Drake auto attacks, by the way, because they are coded as spells. Makes them very efficient at taking down those objectives.
I always enjoyed doing that. I have played Nocturne for a couple games, actually, back in the day when I used to do, not Flex Q, but the one that was before, 5v5 team ranked or whatever.
Yeah, team
and
ranked.
Sometimes people would ban Skarner. So I would be like, okay, I don't want to play something that's hard. I need to play Nocturne.
Fair enough.
So that was one of my favorite parts about playing Nocturne, is the fact that you were able to use the spell shield to block the dragon auto attack for the speed. That actually feels so good for clearing that out solo, especially early on. Ball's looking for maybe the opportunity for the kill here onto Dyras. Nice flash away from Dyras. Probably would have been taken down there if he got apprehended by those chains.
Yeah, you see Hai was moving up the river, and he has a Ghost Blade so he could pop the active if that stun lands. Walked it really quickly up there and finish off the kill. Seeing that Dyras had just used the Haymaker, but there it is, the classic LemonNation and Sneaky.
Oh no! That was not a good use of stopwatch. There's the stopwatches that are actually able to buy you time and change the flow of the fight by allowing your team to show up. And there's the other stopwatches where you turn yourself into a golden statue before you die.
Yeah.
And that was part of that second category, my friend. As Shelly is summoned up, the general will make his way down to the tier 1 turret, only in time to watch it turn to rubble, and TSM will lose their first turret this game.
I like that we get to see why this duo got them so much fame. The stacking CC, LemonNation snare into Ashe ultimate, stunning Xpecial. Ooh, only lands the slow on that ultimate, plus not a lot.
That was a nice cocoon there from Meteos. Maximum range, forcing the OddOne to flash away to stay alive. Cloud9 is taking control of this game, Kobe. TSM XD bans or not, these boys came to play.
Let's see if they get a brush play off here. No ultimate for Sneaky, but they can Zyra root.
Xpecial. Turtle trying to get themselves away. Xpecial making the noble sacrifice, just putting distance between the Cloud9 players and his teammate, knowing there's no way out.
Yeah, I mean, he was always a sacrificial player, but that's also... Oh, Meteos with the flash over the wall.
Meteos not going to have the damage he needs.
Yeah. You know, you miss all the cocoons you don't take, and some of them that you do take. Balls and Dyras. Let's see, what is this replay? Was there a... Did he kill him when we weren't paying attention? Because the flash, he blew the flash earlier. He must have got the kill.
Slam. Thwap.
Oh!
Other body slam.
A boom! Yeah. That's the balls I'm talking about. That's the hype I'm trying to build coming into this game. He's got the proto belt done.
So much damage for this Sylas here in the top lane. Making things happen, man. And there it is. You can see more of those cooldown items coming into the inventory now. Working on the arm guard, which by itself doesn't have cooldown, but will build into the Zonias. It'll give him another 10, progressing towards those marks you were talking about, so he can just keep spamming the spells as the fight moves forward. And Dyras has Mercury Treads. Yeah, he has an Executioner's Calling, but this... Wait, hold on. Why does he... hold on. Let's pause for a second. I need you to riddle me this, Kobe.
Yeah.
Why does Dyras have a chain vest when the enemy top laner and jungler are AP?
That is a difficult question to answer, but maybe he's planning on matching Zed, or he's preparing for the triple dive, because he did get killed by Hai when they went topside. So he's thinking, I am Dyras, and they are going to camp me. So even the Zed is going to be up here very often. Let's go with that. I was also going to say for Balls, the reason he built the arm guard part of it first, you know, he's versus 2 AD with the Nocturne and the Sett. So optimizing.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it, because I was pretty perplexed by that one. I'm glad we've got the big brain Kobe here to explain the itemization choices for us. I was scratching my head a little bit there.
The Zed rubs. You always got to protect against those Zed rubs.
Yeah, we got to look out for Zed. When he shows up into the lane, you know it's going to be a problem. He's already got one lethality item completed. The next one's components are already locked and loaded as well. OddOne jumping in, looking for the kill on to Sneaky. LemonNation throwing down the ulti. OddOne going to be thrown up into the air, and the damage is true, as now Voyboy is looking to find the kill kills onto the Cloud9 back line. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got one. Can he make it two? Voyboy taking Sneaky out of the picture means now TSM can mount their counterattack, looking for some damage, but they've lost WildTurtle. Voyboy getting the empowered transfusion, keeping himself alive. Xpecial, there's the aim, there's the CC they were looking for. Meteos gets the kill on TSM support, but ends up trading his own life for it. It is a 4 for 3, and TSM come out on top.
Yeah, Voyboy and Dyras, the solo laners left alive with the dragon. This is going to be TSM stacking 2 Drakes for themselves. So even though they're the ones behind in gold, starting to take over, winning the team fights and in the objectives, Voyboy now level 11 on this Vladimir will have very good scaling. His Zonias is also done. So just like Team Solomid, the reason they were named Team Solomid, obviously for Voyboy, is going to take over.
Yeah. I mean, Voyboy's legacy can be felt on the team to this very day. As, watch that, into the back line, boom, Sneaky's out of there, and LemonNation just trying to survive. He'll be the only man standing after the dust settles.
And this was a bit of an ill-advised 1v3 for Balls, as LemonNation and Meteos are both really low. But you know, you got to test your limits in the show matches. How are you going to get back on the LCS stage, get picked up, if you don't 1v3 sometimes?
Okay, you can see in the inventory now, Dyras was going for the Dead Man's Plate Rush, concerned more about the mobility that the item provides, which, as somebody who only plays a champion that has no gap closer, that item is super important. That passive is incredibly just fundamental to making it so you can function. However, he is super weak to 3 out of 5 of the enemy champions now with that itemization. Has got the damage onto high. He tries to make the moves in the mid lane, Kobe, but the point and click from Leona is too much. He is shut down. However, it does buy enough time for the rest of his team to grab that Rift Herald.
Stunned up and shut down again. Yeah, Classic High decides to sacrifice for the objective. LemonNation's kind of deep here, and Dyras.
Oh, Dyras has backup coming in. The General has arrived, and that's going to be a kill for the side of TSM. Over the wall goes Dyras. There's nothing for Meteos to repel to, and splat goes the Spider. Double kill for Dyras. Yeah, they're working out with Dyrone.
They're outside of the lane phase, so now he's got full mobility with that Dead Man's Plate. Makes the pick on the LemonNation, makes it 2 with Meteos and TheOddOne trading kills there. And TSM, once again, get to push. They've got the extra champion alive. Mid-turret will be the target. Sneaky trying to farm up and defend on his way. Ashe should be able to hold pretty well. Oh, Dyras wants another piece.
Oh, Xpecial leading the charge here. The damage and CC down onto Sneaky is more than enough. Xpecial may end up paying for this with his life. He is ignited, trying to walk away from this one. One more tick of the ignite will kill him, but one more tick there shall not be. LemonNation just barely falling short of the kill.
Meanwhile, Balls is going to get that top turret for Cloud9, and we are into the mid stage of the game where we get to see that 1-3-1 we were talking about in Champ Select Flowers. Cloud9 trying to play to their win conditions here with a classic composition. Split push with your Sylas, with your Zed. Try and pull TSM apart. TSM, though, with Xpecial and TheOddOne, very good tools for trying to pick off these low mobility Cloud9 members. Namely, Sneaky and LemonNation with no flashes will have to be very careful.
Sneaky and LemonNation having to deal with a fed Sett and a fed Vladimir as Zyra Ashe? This is some nightmare material, Kobe. How are you ever going to even begin to approach these two champions? One of them just won't die because XD Haymaker. The other one literally turns untargetable and then bursts you for 2/3 your HP. These guys are going to need to be real 5-head if they want to figure out how to avoid this.
We got some 5-head shot calling in action right now. All 3 of these Cloud9 members pretending to be wolves.
Can the cosplay succeed? Will the TheOddOne want to go farm his own jungle? Thinking about wolves. Okay, you can see a ping coming out, but it's from the side of Cloud9 as they're pinging themselves.
The wolves are out.
Question marks. Nice shot from Sneaky. WildTurtle managing to buffer that and shift over the wall, but High still got the kill onto him. TheOddOne trying to find the counter kill here. That's a 1-for-1. TheOddOne has to flash out to make sure he doesn't give away another free kill. Voyboy looking to come around from behind, but ladies and gentlemen, Balls says no and shuts down the kid.
Killed him with his own ultimate there. Meteos lands a cocoon tower, going to go down as well. And Cloud9 pushing ahead.
Xpecial trying to get away from this one. that Eclipse will do a good job at making sure he doesn't take any significant damage on the retreat. TheOddOne working his way back into the fight now, but Sneaky is putting these focus-fired shots onto the tier 3 turret. OddOne won't get away. Dyras won't get away. Sneaky's got himself some damage, and you're gonna see Meteos pick up the kill too. They want to back up. They're not looking to stick around, overcommit for this inhib. Sneaky just barely getting away from that true shot barrage. And Cloud9 find a way to win the fights despite the fact that TSM have the team fight tools, and they are once again just popping off.
And Sneaky picking up these fruit, he might try and defend against the third dragon here because that would be the one window for TSM. They're heavily down in gold, but on a Cloud9 resets, if they had enough players alive to try and rush that down, WildTurtle actually with high on the flank, he's going to get maybe one shot.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be something close to that. Over the wall comes Balls. There we go. High's getting the kill credit, and now they're looking for even more. Xpecial down to 25% HP, and there he goes, Kobe. He has flipped that switch. It's a double kill for High. It's incredible amounts of team fight pressure coming out from Balls. A stolen Leona ulti to keep the general in place, and Sneaky puts an arrow in his back. Cloud9 find 4, and the pings are on to the Baron. The old squad is not missing a beat.
Okay, everybody from TSM's got to get behind Dyras now. What can he do? 1v5 Baron steal as Sett. That is really
farm
difficult.
the mid lane wave for about 120 gold.
Dragon trade. If they try and go for that lofty win condition, he is headed towards the dragon, but they've been scouted out.
Sneaky hawk shot, making sure that TSM can't do this without Cloud9 being aware. Let's see if TSM want to try to rush it down. Doesn't look like it. Sneaky walking around the backside of the pit here. High wants to take the blast cone over. Scuttle Crab secured by Meteos. Cloud9 with control over the bottom river. TSM looking to maybe find their chance to engage here. The Ocean Drake is aggroed, putting a little bit of damage onto WildTurtle here, who's now down to 20% HP. Turtle is in no condition to fight. Voyboy is on the front line. Voyboy is CC'd. Voyboy is not a part of this conversation anymore. And Cloud9 will stop TSM's quest for the soul.
This is not looking good for TSM. Just yesterday, Cloud9 Academy took down TSM Academy. This is the second game that the Cloud9 and TSM organizations will have this week, with the third being in the LCS tomorrow. And already Cloud9 looking like they have a huge advantage to try and make it 2-0 in the best of 3 for the week.
WildTurtle tried to make sure he was going to get his own red buff there. Came close with the true shot barrage, but just a little bit shy on the damage. It means High can steal that one away. This Zed with 2 completed lethality items, one being the Dustblade and then having the third Dirk in inventory, means even through the Iceborne Gauntlet of WildTurtle, he doesn't really have much of a chance to survive against this assassin. Sneaky with another arrow, forcing the flash out of Dyras. Without that flash, the arrow would have connected. He would have been done. Sneaky's aim has been on point, Kobe.
It definitely has. Cloud9 have been a bit more on the point. They're going for High, though.
High getting caught out. Trying to turn this one around, find some combo damage, but it won't work. Not even close. Shutdown credit for Voyboy. TSM, they get themselves a kill, but it did cost them the Nocturne ultimate, so OddOne is going to have to wait for that to be back up to really be super useful in the upcoming fights. Meanwhile, Cloud9 with a big push here into the bottom lane. Dyras down to half HP. Inhibitor turret number 2 about to fall. It's out of the picture. Let's see where the fight's going to go now. Voyboy already been killed off. Xpecial having to run himself away. Meteos takes about 75% of his health bar in damage, but he gets a kill onto Xpecial with the red buff burn fade away. Mid lane inhibitor open, exposed, and now under fire. Bot lane inhibitor gone. Cloud9 are looking to put this one away. They are 12,000 gold ahead.
2 inhibitors down. They can get a full reset off with all of that money as well. Looks like they might want to cash in a little bit more of the standing gold. This outer tower very low. Maybe Sneaky can stick around and knock it out. TSM, though, reeling after that. It's going to be so difficult for them, to find a way back into the game, because Cloud9 also got that other dragon, so that kind of reach for the stars hope that they had at a possible soul has been taken away, as well as half their base.
From a 12,000 gold deficit, I feel like they have to just practically pedal to the metal, go for it just like this, try to catch Sneaky and limit out. It's the only chance. Sneaky gets himself away. The arrow doesn't find the mark, but I don't think it even matters. Sneaky's going to be taken down. Shutdown credit over to Dyras. Meteos looking to grab some more kills. Goes on a rampage, grabbing one onto WildTurtle. Going into the stasis now. LemonNation barely walking himself away as Meteos grabs a double. There are only 2 players left alive on TSM, and High is looking to fix that here real soon. By the way, that was a 4v5. Balls was in the bottom half of the map doing something.
Balls is going in now. He wants
I don't know what he was doing, but he's decided he is not going to have the finale of this game not feature the Balls highlight reel as he uses the Sett ultimate to take down the Leona. Looking for a little bit more damage onto Dyras there on the steps of the fountain. TSM in shambles as Cloud9 bringing that old school teamwork to the Nexus turrets. Both of them on the verge of collapse as I speak. The general cannot get himself away. Balls goes into the stasis to buy himself a couple of extra seconds. Flashing away now, but he will be taken down. TSM back out of the fountain, trying desperately to hold on here at death's door. High pushing the last remaining inhibitor, trying to take that one down. Guaranteed TSM won't be able to leave their base for the next 5 minutes. They're trying to hold on, man. It's so many super minions. And still multiple players from Cloud9 applying pressure at the same time. Voyboy's at half HP. Meteos looking to find some extra damage onto anybody that volatile Spiderling might be able to connect with. And with Sneaky back in the fight, High's taking the opportunity to go in. Warps back to his original shadow to stay alive, and with Voyboy taken down, that's going to be a trade there as the true shot barrage finds LemonNation. OddOne into the back line, looking for the kill onto High, who gets himself away, and OddOne's going to evaporate. This Nocturne build has no survivability. Meteos there with the cocoon again. 7 seconds be damned. The man's always got the thing off cooldown, and that should be all she wrote. Meteos looking to pad the stats here just a little bit harder. That repel actually mattered, as now Dyras will be slammed backwards with his own ulti, trying to make some kind of a difference. It does not matter. Ladies and gentlemen, Cloud9 will take this old school show match.
Classic Cloud9, still too difficult to take down. One of the teams that had the most success in the LCS ever, of all time, destroys once again.
And despite the fact that well-known TSM prodigy Voyboy had some pretty pop-off plays in the fights around the mid-game, the cohesion, the teamwork of Cloud9 just proved to be too much. High had some especially fancy feat on the Zed. Please buff Zed. Bring him back into pro play. He is so fun to watch. Please, please, please.
Definitely.
I love watching Zed.
Fair enough. We'll get him in there. Actually did get a buff on the most recent patch to the speed of W for the Shadow Flowers. So
there we go. There we go. Just little baby steps. That's all we got to do. And then everybody can get out of bed and we can all watch the Zed. But either way, that was a lot of fun to kind of see everybody back at it again. I'm so glad the Cloud9 team played all their classic champions as well. Well, I guess Balls didn't really play a classic champion because Sylas can't be considered classic, but it was mostly classic champions.
Yeah, as many as they could get their hands on with the Rumble getting banned out. Definitely enjoyed the show, though. Happy to see them on the Rift again. Even the guys that hadn't played League in quite a long time, you know, were able to dust off some of that rust, looking like they're having fun at least.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is that looked like that game was a hoot one way or the other. Just nonstop kills, both teams constantly trying to make the plays, both teams finding plays at different points throughout the match. And I was kind of hoping that TSM would have been able to keep the dragon stacking going so we could have had one big climactic battle in neutral territory to decide the fate of the game, but Cloud9 was just too damn clean for that. They made short work of TSM. And now, I mean, are we ever going to see the old roster back together? Maybe some of these guys looking like they could be ready for some LCS, Kobe?
Yeah, I mean, people have started to postulate, oh my, you know, what could this roster do if they were in the LCS today? A lot of these theoreticals going around. I have to say, I'm super looking forward to our current LCS teams of Cloud9 and TSM going up against each other tomorrow as well to finish off the finale. And to be the game that is going to be pretty impactful, as TSM did deliver Cloud9 their only loss in the regular season for spring. And people have been looking for who's going to be the next challenger for Cloud9. In summer split, we haven't had anyone deliver them a loss yet, and I'm definitely excited to see it happen.
Plus, you were talking about how we've seen Cloud9 and TSM's organizations play twice already this week, with Cloud9 winning in Academy and now Cloud9 winning in the show match. But this whole thing kind of works with game show rules, where you don't really care about the first 75% of the game show because the last round's worth more points than everything else put together. And that's kind of the state of the LCS showdown between TSM and Cloud9. Even if Cloud9 win these two, if TSM take them down on Saturday, that's the story of the whole week. So TSM still have their opportunity to come back and take vengeance, or Cloud9 could just continue cementing their absolute dominance in the LCS as just this untouchable org